Hey, how you doing there again, folks? Me again, of course, Brandon Wenzel. Come back at you, another offering off my sampler platter. Yes, indeed, folks. I'm playing for series of videos I've been doing for a little while now. I go over their trout food and drink items. I eat stuff, I drink stuff. Then, folks, I'm gonna talk about stuff. I'm gonna let you know all that you need to know about hopefully delicious stuff. That time I'm doing this, folks, I'm not gonna lie, it smells wonderful in my car right now, so I'm real happy about that. But we'll get to that. Folks, it's a super simple format. I'm going to go over there. I'm going to try out food and or drink items for you. Whilst I'm doing so, I'm going to yammer on about for a bit. Whilst I'm doing all that, I'm inside my truck. And whilst I'm doing all that, folks, I'm wearing a super cool shirt. Folks, why I wear a super cool shirt? I always like to highlight super cool shirt. What super cool shirt am I wearing today? Well, folks, it's my boom! It's one of my Coal Chamber shirts. One of two that I have. If you are unfamiliar with the band Coal Chamber, well, you may or may not have been into the nu metal scene during the late 90s and into 2000s. They were actually one of the very, very early, kind of progenitor bands of the nu metal style, kind of what would become that. They predate the name nu metal. They originally called themselves Spooky Core. That was kind of their in-house moniker that they had for themselves. And, yeah, man, they didn't quite reach like the heights of like your Corns and your System of a Downs and whatnot, but they definitely had a really successful career. Just in 2023, they finally decided to go over there. They got back together, done some touring. There's been hints that they're going to do a new album. I am super duper excited. I absolutely love these folks. I was one of those kids who, well, and I can't even say that exactly because I got into Coal Chamber a little bit later on, but I was one of those young adults who was like more Coal Chamber than Korn, Mushroom Head instead of Slipknot, that kind of thing. But I really, really like these guys. So much so I've seen them perform live a few times now, and I've actually gone over there. I've got videos of said performances on this channel, just in case maybe you want to check it out. But anyway, what am I trying for you today, folks? What are we doing here? Why is it especially wonderful smelling in my car? Well, folks, that's because I'm trying out a spot that I've never been to before. Place called, well, it's got the thing. All right, well, whatever. It's boom! This is their menu. There we go. It is El Pollo Vagabundo, or Vagabundo? Sure, we'll go with Vagabundo. I apologize for any mispronunciations. One thing that I always feel a little bit bad about with my sampler platter channel is I don't feel like I represent, like, Mexican cuisine enough, especially given how many great places there are in my area. And it's just one of, it's like I do lots of burgers, I obviously do the sub sandwiches. I definitely need to go out and, kind of hit more Mexican restaurants and stuff like that. So, this is a place I've been meaning to hit for a while now anyway, so it's a perfect opportunity. What did I get from El Pollo Vagabundo? Well, folks, boom, it's this. Boom, it's this. It's tortillas. But, more specifically, we got, boom! Oh, man, come on now. Don't do that. Be a friend. Be a friend. Can we get a thing for the thing? Can we get a thing? Like that? Something? Sure, why not? What is this? This is a half order of their chicken. They, I guess they specialize in northern Mexican cuisine, which includes charbroiled chicken. Obviously, it's their namesake, so I decided this is what I had to go in for. They were also featured on a program called Chicago's Best, which actually is a program I was on a little bit, just as a customer in one of the videos. But because this is a local spot, it's going to end up in my Eating Out Illinois playlist. That is a playlist just for local spots, kind of centering on the Illinois food scene. So, let's go ahead. Let's try out some very delicious looking chicken. All right, let's get a thing. And, I mean, they have salsa and stuff, but just try it. That's some very good chicken. That is some very good chicken. The thing is, I do this show. I eat plenty of chicken on the show. Typically, it's like just, standard fried chicken, because I do like sandwiches and, Popeyes and KFC and stuff. A lot of fast food. Sometimes it's almost easy to forget just how absolutely fucking delicious, like some proper, like char grilled chicken is, because this is wonderful. The chicken tastes fantastic. It's nice and moist. And that char grilled taste, man. I think as a society here in America, oh, that's good. I think we need to go over there. I'm not saying we need to ditch fried chicken. I would never say that. Fried chicken is an institution. But I do think that we need to go over there. We need to start celebrating some of our other types of chicken a little bit more so. Starting with some char grilled chicken, because the flavor on this is outstanding. It is just, it's a completely different experience than fried chicken. Whereas fried chicken, typically the main crux of the whole thing is the fried coating. That's where the spices are. That's where the whole thing is. With this, the chicken is just absolutely wonderful. And then it's got that nice char grilled, exterior. And it's just so flavorful. It's so wonderful. This is really good chicken. And it's got that crunch to it because it's char grilled. This is really good. And the only thing is that when you have char grilled chicken, something like that, you gotta make sure you don't dry it out. You dry it out, you just ruin the damn thing. Nice and moist, super flavorful, absolutely wonderful. Absolutely wonderful. Oop. This is also my lunch, so excuse me if I'm a little bit more ravenous than normal. I know it comes with the tortillas, but it's like, how do you not just eat this with your hands? I mean, I'm gonna eat the shit out of the tortillas too, but no, this is really, really good. Like, there's nothing I dislike about it. Like I said, the chicken is nice and moist. It's cooked to perfection. It's super flavorful. And then, like I said, you just get that nice char taste to it and everything. It's one of those things where it's seemingly very easy to do. It's very simple in terms of some of its execution, but to get it perfect, to do it the right way so that it really turns out the way that it's supposed to, that's hard to do. And I think they did an absolutely phenomenal job. I can see why this is their namesake. And it is really cool for me because, again, like, I have lots of great Mexican restaurants in my area. But this is the only one I know off the top of my head that, where the, chicken is like a featured element of their thing. It's not just like, to be put in tacos or whatever. Again, this is their namesake. They're focusing on that northern style of Mexican cuisine, which, as, ignorant suburban American white guy, I didn't even really know too much about. About the only thing I knew from, like, the whole Pollo thing was from Breaking Bad, with Gus Fring and his thing of chicken places. But this is super good. I can see why it was featured on Chicago's Best. I'm only sad that it took me so long to actually get out here and try this place, because it's not super duper far from me. I pass by it every now and again. It's just not in a direction I usually go. But two questions have to be asked. Would I get it again? Would I recommend it? Yes and yes, clearly. Like, there's nothing bad about this. It's super tasty, and then this is without me using any of their salsa. They have a number of salsas. They actually have a salsa bar that you can go over there and, pick and choose what you want. Fresh tortillas. I am going to be reviewing a couple of tacos from them as well. I'm just saying, so hang on for that review. But yeah, man, this is super good. And again, it's one of those things where it's like, I eat chicken all the time. I don't eat char grilled chicken all the time. And now I'm just questioning why the hell that is. Because, especially since I have a place that's not that far from me that specializes in this, yeah, I'm definitely coming back. And if I'm recommending it, I am absolutely recommending it, because not only is it delicious and just wonderful, and it's, cool that it's a local establishment, but on top of that, there's just the fact that, like, again, it's something that I think most people like myself, kind of, suburban, fucking just milk toast people, I don't think that you've had tacos, you've had burritos, you know the score. But this is something where it's a little extra unique. It's not something you would immediately associate with Mexican cuisine for a lot of people. Again, just kind of who are maybe a little bit less knowledgeable about it, like myself. So I definitely recommend it. Anyway, 5 things before I get out of here. Have yourself a great rest of your day, spectacular rest of the week, monumental rest of the month, spend this rest of your folks. Go over there, have yourselves a truly Pollo-tastic rest of your life. And I said Pollo and not Polo, because I did say Polo when I ordered, and I immediately was like, Brandon, you know better than this, damn it. And it's like, yeah, I do, but I'm not good with languages. I just like food. Anyway, final 2 things. Number 1, try to bring some positivity in your world. It's not always possible. It is, however, always appreciated. But what you do if you can't do all the time, I know I can't do all the time. Here's what you're going to do, folks. You're going to try not to be an asshole. Folks, it's not always easy saying the world to not be an asshole. Trust me, I know it, I live it. I'm out there every day with you in it. Life can be stressful and frustrating and just bullshit sometimes, folks. And, when we deal with stressful situations in our lives, like if you're going over there and you're, a guy who's running a meth empire through a bunch of chicken restaurants, which I'm fairly certain that is not the case with El Pollo Vagabundo. They just seem like extremely nice. Although, to be fair, Gus Frings seemed like a very nice person, too. But I'm not making any association. I'm just having a bit of fun. Anyway, it's important when we do run into situations like that, take a step back, try to mitigate the level of assholishness in our lives, hopefully do better for ourselves and for those around us. Very final thing, folks, do the thing. Whatever the thing is for you, that's what I want you to go out and do. Folks, one of the things that I always try to encourage people to do, and it's something I try to do myself, is just explore. And it doesn't even just have to be food. I personally like to explore my local music scene, just local establishments. Like, we live in a society now where so many things are just immediately at our grasp. They become so contemporary, just like everything kind of just is, and we just expect it to be that way. And that's fine to a certain extent, standardization, stuff like that. But there is so much to be said for branching out of that and, trying new spots, listening to new bands, just trying new things, and you don't have to. Some people just, that's not their jam, and that's perfectly fine. But I do encourage people to, because, if I didn't do that, I wouldn't find awesome places like El Pollo Vagabundo, and then I go over there and make dumbass Breaking Bad jokes about it, so, which might be for the betterment of humanity, I guess. But anyway, bye!